So we are in the process of moving house. So I'm in a very echoey room, and it does actually look like Jesus is coming to you from the heavens to deliver the news of Sheffield Wednesday administration. So a lot's happening this morning. I've got work later, so there's no official club statement yet. If there is, I'll have stitched it into this video somewhere. But it has been reported by creditors, court proceedings, all those sort of things, that Sheffield Wednesday have been placed into administration, something that a lot of people were saying, plus people who talking to the podcast, and we'd not sort of spoke about it, saying it wouldn't happen. And we were like, well, there is always a chance that it happens. So we never really said anything because you know it's happened. And could see it coming a mile off with it. And there's not always a negative, I guess, with it, because it could be the end of Chansiri. But the reason I say could is there's still a process to go with it. So it does look like he won't be able to cling on during this. Both Sheffield Wednesday and it appears Sheffield 3 as well have been placed into administration this morning. No official club statement, as I've said. Here it is. But Sheffield 3 Limited is the big one for me. That means that Chansiri is going to struggle to cling on, because that going into administration means the stadium is up for grabs. If it was just Wednesday, it wouldn't be an asset included, because Sheffield 3 includes the stadium. They own the stadium. It's a Chansiri company, but it owns the stadium, which means if that's gone into administration as well, it's actually a silver lining for Wednesday, because it means that the stadium will be part of the asset stripping that happens in administration. So let's read what we have got this morning, and this is from Rob Staten at BBC Radio Sheffield. Sheffield Wednesday have filed a notice to be placed into administration after it was revealed His Majesty's Revenue and Customs were set to issue a winding up petition against the club. A notice was filed with the Insolvency and Companies Court at the High Court on Friday morning, and Julian Pitts, Chris Wigfield and Paul Stanley of Begbie's Trainer have been appointed as joint administrators. Staff have been briefed, while administrators also held a meeting with players. The Owls host Oxford United at Hillsborough on Saturday, with the club now facing a 12-point deduction. BBC Sport has contacted Sheffield Wednesday in the EFL for comment. This is the interesting thing. This is what I wanted to speak about a little bit more. What does administration mean? Going into administration would effectively end Deshvan Chansiri's decade-long ownership at the club. The Owls are bottom of the championship, and a points deduction would leave them 15 points adrift of safety. BBC Sheffield understands that they are interested buyers and that administrators are already in active discussions and are also inviting formal offers from other credible potential buyers. Wigfield, a managing partner at Begbie's Trainer, said, quote, "The joint administrators have taken over the running of the club with immediate effect to protect the interests of creditors and to ensure Sheffield Wednesday can continue operating while we seek a new owner as swiftly as possible. Like many football clubs, it has been trading at a significant loss for many years, with those losses historically funded by the owner. Mr. Chansiri is no longer willing to provide that financial support. While the recent fan boycott has not directly caused the insolvency, it has increased financial pressure on the club. As a result, the owner has chosen to place the club into administration. Supporters of the backbone of any football club, the money they spend at the gate and in the ground is vital. I've been a season ticket holder since 1984 and know firsthand the passion of this fan base. Now more than ever, we need the fans back in the ground, buying tickets, merchandise, pies and pints. Every penny spent will go directly to supporting the day-to-day running of this club, not to the former owner or professional costs. This will help stabilise the club while we secure a suitable buyer. Creditors of the club have been encouraged to contact the joint administrators to register a claim. Stanley, one of the other joint administrators, said there should be no interruption to the fixture schedule, and we are in close contact with the EFL to ensure the effects of this administration on the employees, supporters, the community and the players are minimised as far as possible. Sheffield Wednesday is a massive historical club with a loyal fan base in a city that lives and breathes football. If more fans return to Hillsborough, the club can cover its day-to-day costs and move towards a viable sale to a new ownership capable of restoring long-term stability. With the right ownership structure, we are confident the club has a bright future and we will meet the EFL regulatory obligations." Boycotts don't work, do they? They don't work. Yes, they do. Well done. Well done, Wednesday fans. I'm so proud of the people that did this against everything that sits wrong with us as fans, not going to the games, not supporting the team, being, detached from it, not spending money, not feeling like you're supporting the club, feeling like you're letting those staff down by not, paying the day-to-day. But this is what we were heading towards. Now, I want to say one thing before I move on to deductions, things like that. I am very saddened by the fact that this is inevitably going to mean job losses. It's going to mean businesses not getting paid what they're fully owed, etc. Local businesses. And that doesn't sit right with me. And unfortunately, it is just a casualty caught in the crossfire of this mess that Chansiri's caused. Anybody affected by that, you have my deepest sympathies. And I'm sure all the Wednesday fans feel the same. There's only one man to blame in all of this. And I am sorry on his behalf. Now, the 12-point deduction. I'm actually kind of glad it's happening this season. I want everything to happen. EFL, throw the book at us. Just get us relegated. Let us start again in League One. I don't want anything lingering with this man next season and all of this, that we can get hit with more points deductions next season. Because here's the worrying thing, right? If Chansiri manages to cling on through administration and we've not cleared all the debts by the time we're out of administration, then we're due another points deduction. That's what happens in these situations. The thing that concerns me is Chansiri is a major creditor. Now, major creditors that have monies owed to them get to pick the bones. So if he picks the bones of, I don't know, stadium, whatever he can do, I don't know if he's got enough sort of say or stuff owed to him, credit owed to him, whatever, to get stadium. But he'll be able to pick the bones. Chansiri, at the end of the day, he talks about loving the club, all of that. He's going to be lining his pockets again with this. He's going to have killed the club to an extent, but he's also going to walk away with cash, which is a good indicator that that man will forever be vilified at Sheffield Wednesday. Reading that article, though, makes me feel hopeful of being able to now go and support the club again. I think you're going to see a Sheffield Wednesday fan base when this is officially announced, the club comment, rally up. I can imagine you'll see a packed Hillsborough. We will show you what Sheffield Wednesday can do. And that's going to be quite huge. Why did this have to happen now? I'm working this weekend. You can bloody bet as soon as I'm not working, I'm there. So it's interesting. The Star have actually put a breakdown of how things have happened. So on Monday, the 13th of October, Chansiri seeks discussions with the HMRC, presumably to ask for more time to raise funds. For reasons unknown, the discussions are delayed from the morning until late afternoon. Sounds like Chansiri. Tuesday, October the 14th, discussions between Chansiri camp and HMRC continue throughout the day. Sometime in the afternoon, HMR signals its intention to follow up on the winding up petition. Late September wages are paid to the workforce 2 weeks on from scheduled payday after payment arrives from the EFL. Wednesday, October the 15th, further discussions take place between Chansiri and the HMRC and continue over the next week. Proposals sent by Chansiri are rejected. It's believed professionals encourage Chansiri to enter administration, but the documents remain unsigned. Thursday, October 16th, knowledge that HMRC intend to lodge a winding up petition on Sheffield Wednesday becomes public after it is reported in the national media. Mindful of the sensitivity surrounding the case, local media that have been following proceedings report the same understanding shortly afterwards. October 22nd, figure owed to HMRC rises after a six-figure sum for payee costs becomes due. HMRC advised club they will submit a winding up petition imminently. Hillsborough witnessed a mass boycott of the match versus Middlesbrough with a powerful message sent that season ticket holders will not continue to fund the club and that many will withdraw their financial commitments to the club heading into the next season if Chansiri remains in charge. October 23rd, long video meeting takes place over several hours. New Avenue projects confirm intention to put Sheffield 3 into administration with the same firm in discussions with the Chansiri camp. Under mounting pressure, suggestion is that Chansiri intends to agree to put the club into administration. Friday, October 24th, a decision is made overnight and the documents are filed with the court shortly after they open. They are returned at a time. That's a placeholder. The Star are working flat out. Fair enough. The club, along with stadium owners, Sheffield 3, are put into administration. It's interesting to get a timeline of how it all happened, really. And we'll see where it goes from here. But yeah, will somebody like Mike Ashley come in and pick the bones? It's possibly even a good thing in this situation, somebody like Mike Ashley to stabilise the club. We need stability. We need, just competence. That's all Wednesday fans are asking for at the minute. competence, set us up to be a club that is desirable to buy again, and then we can go again. For now, let's just make sure we've got a competent club that can cover its day to day. We don't have a maniacal dictator at the top, and we can, be a football club again and enjoy talking about the football rather than all of this nonsense. It would be remiss of me to say, though, that this doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of the road. Admin is just the first step. Wednesday could go bust. I am worried about him digging into the point that Wednesday, do a Bury, however you say it. I am worried about that. There is always that at the back of my mind. I'd like to think we're too big a club for that to happen, and that the footballing community would rally around us to ensure that doesn't happen. And the EFL would ensure that doesn't happen. But you never know with clubs going out of existence. So there is always that worry there. But hopefully, admin actually turns to be something positive for Wednesday, and we can move on from it looking forward. But yeah, guys, let me know how you're feeling today. It's not quite time to get the party poppers out. It's always weird feeling like a relief when your club goes into administration. It's so weird, but if it could signal the end of Chansiri, it'll all be worth it. We're going to have a season that's a write-off. Going to be supported. But I can imagine it's a season that's a write-off, but everybody will be in that stadium supporting those lads. Because that's what Sheffield Wednesday can be and are when we're not having to boycott to get somebody out of the club. But tell me all of your thoughts on Sheffield Wednesday's situation today. Administration is here. Where do Wednesday go next? But for now, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all those things. Keep watching right here on Dexterity Box.